Imagine walking into a classroom where you look exactly like everyone else, but somehow you're the only one who doesn't belong. Every year, there are over 10,000 Japanese citizens who return to their country after residing abroad. Many of them are children. And for some, if not most, entering school can be one of the most nerve-wracking moments in their lives so far. Looking Japanese and being Japanese is not enough to avoid feeling like a complete outsider. Understanding the unspoken rules, reading the air, and acting in accordance within these parameters is an electric shock that some children don't survive. However, I was one who did. Being born in Brazil, having lived in England, Switzerland, and Hungary, a total of 12 years abroad was spent with my family before permanently settling back in Japan. I still remember my first day at a Japanese elementary school. It felt like I had entered a country I never knew, and that was true. I didn't. But it is my country. Experiencing hard times as a returnee is not merely a question that can be answered by time. No matter how many days, weeks, months, or years go by, if you're not helped, difficulties with language barriers and overwhelming expectations of behavior can result in confusion and loneliness. This is why, when I met my best friend Sarasa, who returned to Japan from the United States, we decided to take action and not let such negative experiences grow. Together, we created a program called First Stop. First Stop is a program that supports returning students by addressing the invisible challenges they face every day, helping them feel understood and giving them the confidence to be themselves. The magnitude of these struggles that returning kids face are not only measured in the adaptation to the culture of their home country, but also in how invisible, unnoticed, unaided this integration process can be. Our program tries to mediate these steps back into Japan so that students can feel seen and be helped in ways that address the real problems they face in the classrooms and the clubs they join. Unfortunately, there is not enough help for these returning children. That is where First Stop comes in, to make their life in Japan not only more comfortable, but also more welcoming. At our school, Yamaki Gakuen, we took a survey of returning students and found out that around 65% of them have suffered upon their entrance to Japan. We found out that the majority of them suffer with the change of atmosphere, maintaining English, and friendship problems. Our next action was opening a consulting booth for our elementary school students at our school's open campus. We were able to answer their questions and worries. From here, we are working to connect with organizations that support returning students so we can learn from them, gain experience, and grow First Stop into something even more impactful. It is our dream that Japan will be this accepting society for all people, not just returning students. Until then, these problems do exist, and we should consider short-term solutions until that grand hope of a more perfect nation becomes a reality. There are millions of returning students around the globe who are struggling today, not just in Japan, who, in this international world, moved out of and back into their nations, but who are often left to fend for themselves by school systems that don't integrate their experience by the refrain of time heals all wounds. By acknowledging these struggles, we can begin to address them. And maybe First Stop can play a part in molding a society where no one feels like an outsider in their own country. So today, I ask you to notice the people around you who may feel out of place, to listen to their stories, and to help build communities where everyone feels they truly belong. Because no one should ever have to turn home and feel like they don't belong there. Thank you for listening.